A long time ago, a number of routes were etched on this planet, spanning 8,000 kilometers on land and sea. They became a vibrant pathway for trade, people, ideas, and cultures. These routes formed what historians called the Silk Road. In 2013, one man decided to revive them. He called his plan the Belt and Road Initiative. He saw it as his road to riches and glory. He roped in several countries. Together, these countries account for 40% of the global GDP, 65% of the world's population, and 75% of the known energy reserves. They launched multiple projects: a highway in Pakistan, a new seaport in Sri Lanka, a forest city in Malaysia, a hydropower plant in Uganda, a motorway in Serbia. And these are just a few examples. As we speak, roads, railway lines, shipping routes, ports, oil refineries, industrial parks and power plants are all being built in at least 72 countries. It's a massive initiative. This year marks its 10th anniversary. So how is the BRI faring 10 years on? Is it still the Belt and Road Initiative, or has it turned into Belt and Roadblocks? Hello and welcome. This is Gravitas Plus. I'm Priyanka Sharma. Xi Jinping's superhighway to world power is riddled with potholes. The most ambitious, extensive and expensive project in the world is failing. Just look at the countries who are a part of this project. We'll start with Pakistan. It joined the BRI in 2013. The two countries launched the multi-billion-dollar China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, or CPEC. This $62 billion project aims to link Pakistan's Gwadar port in the southwest with Kashgar in northwest China's Xinjiang Autonomous Region. This corridor measures around 3,000 kilometers. Only if its success story could be as lengthy. Since 2018, progress on the CPEC has slowed down. It is facing declining investments. The projects are moving at a snail's pace, and Chinese investors are becoming targets of terror attacks. The outbreak of the Wuhan virus caused further delays. It hurt Pakistan's plans to build special economic zones with China's help. And due to this, Chinese companies are facing production delays. Managing human and material resources is proving to be a struggle. Alongside inflated bills, what's worse, this project has left Pakistan saddled with debt. As per the latest estimates, Pakistan's external debt has soared past $100 billion. Out of this, more than $30 billion, that is one-third of the external debt, is owed to China. Needless to say, the CPEC has only added to Pakistan's debt. Next, we have Nepal. It became a signatory of the BRI in 2017. Initially, it agreed to 35 projects under the BRI. But in 2019, Kathmandu requested a reduction to only 9 projects. Why? Because it saw what happened in Sri Lanka. The financial difficulties faced by Colombo made officials in Nepal cautious about Chinese financing. The result is this. Despite reaching agreements on various projects, no projects under the BRI have been implemented in Nepal since 2017. They planned a 150-kilometer railway line connecting Kathmandu and Kirung. It stands scrapped. They planned a trans-Himalayan connectivity corridor. This too has not materialized. These were just 2 examples. There are many, many more. Even in Europe, countries like Romania, Lithuania, Slovenia, Croatia and the Czech Republic, all of them either want to terminate BRI projects or have started blocking Chinese investments. Yes, these countries are still technically a part of the BRI, but most of them are wary. It doesn't take a genius to understand why. You see, the BRI is not a gift. It is a debt trap. A means to lure developing nations into borrowing more than they can afford. And once they're buried under debt, you enslave them by seizing strategic assets as collateral. It has already happened around the world. The Gwadar port in Pakistan has been leased to China for 40 years. The Obok military base in Djibouti has been leased for 10 years. Tajikistan had to cede more than 1,000 square kilometers of land for a petty loan. Laos had to let go of its entire national electric grid to a Chinese company. The Hambantota port in Sri Lanka has been leased to China for a period of 99 years. Same with the Malacca Gateway in Malaysia. It is in Chinese control for 99 years. That's the same amount of time that the British leased Hong Kong for back in 1898. That's not all. Almost every BRI member nation is saddled with predatory Chinese loans. I have a report with me. It's by the Center for Global Development. It says 23 BRI member nations are at risk of significant debt distress. Out of them, 8 countries are at a heavy risk. They can end up owing half of their foreign debt to China. What happens if they fail to pay their loans on time? They will have to lease out all these projects or ports to China, meaning China will control the projects. And economy is just one piece of the puzzle. The second one is strategy. China is also building at least 9 strategic ports. This is the string of pearls strategy. China is establishing naval bases, or as it likes to call them, sea pearls, in the Indian Ocean and beyond. These bases would allow China to maintain contingents far from home, station warships, control shipping routes, and dictate trade rules. What does all this tell you? That the BRI is not just an economic plan, it's a plan to dominate the world. The completion date of each project is 2049, that is 28 years from now. Why 2049? Because it marks the 100th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. The BRI's completion is meant to coincide with it, but will this plan bear fruit? I don't think so. The predatory tactics being used by China are slowly making the BRI lose significance, because the problem the BRI member nations face are endless. They're either struggling with repayment schedules or with restructuring of loans, or with economic distress, or even internal turmoil. I have to say that Xi Jinping's pipe dream of world domination, which started off as one belt, one road, is now one belt and many roadblocks.